What's up, everybody? I'm going to show you how to unlock the Holy Book. I'm also going to show you how to do the Tier 1 Fragile Challenge on Forest. The reason for this is they're about the same criteria. The Fragile Challenge has a little bit stricter of a criteria, so if you complete the Fragile Challenge, you're naturally going to complete the Holy Book Challenge. The Holy Book right now is pretty solid in the meta, especially if you're using Vlad, because he scales Lifesteal. Holy Book procs on health, on healing, so they kind of go hand in hand. As far as overall strategy that we're going to be using, we're going to be playing Mega Chad because he has a really easy weapon to upgrade, and we're also going to be using Lightning Staff. We're only going to be taking two weapons in, two tomes in, two weapons in. The reason for this is I want this to be as accessible to everybody as it can be. You may not have purchased upgrades. You may have them all. I don't know what you have, so I'm going to do this as restricted as possible. If you want to try a different strategy, go ahead. As far as these shop unlocks, I still would recommend only taking two weapons, only taking two tomes. And the reason for this is the biggest spikes in power that you can get early on is by getting weapon upgrades. Weapon upgrades are going to carry you through this challenge because it's only 10 minutes long. You're not trying to scale into super end game where you need a full fleshed out build. A few weapon upgrades with some smart choices will carry you through the challenge. The only other thing that you might want to purchase is a few refreshes, maybe a skip or two. Ideally, you're not using any skips because you only have limited levels. So really just a couple refreshes and you should be fine. As far as tomes go, so weapons, we discussed Lightning Staff and Aura. The reason we're doing Lightning Staff is 3 of its 4 upgrade stats are really solid, multiplier damage early game. And then same thing for Aura, it's only got 2 stats, very easy to upgrade. Your tomes, you're going to look for Size Tome, Damage Tome, Cooldown Tome, or Precision Tome. Of these 3, Precision Tome's probably the weakest. Just because you're really not looking to put a ton of levels in your tomes. They're really just there for if your weapon upgrades are terrible. The 2 best is probably going to be Size and Cooldown, just because Size is going to increase the area at which your weapon is affecting things, and Cooldown is going to increase the amount of times you're hitting in a given amount of time. So that's probably the best 2 tomes, but any of those 4 will do. Go ahead and load up the run here. Challenges, go ahead and Fragile. We're on Tier 1 of the Forest. So right at the start, we're just looking to hit as many of these pots and shrines as possible. Got a little lucky. Pick the Lightning Staff upgrade. If it wasn't a level 1 upgrade, I probably would have taken the Aura, but having 2 weapons this early is very, very good. Go ahead and grab damage to elites, especially since we have elite right in front of us. So this is what we're trying to unlock. However, I am going to banish it. I don't want to tarnish the run by having a legendary this early. Grab the Aura upgrade. A little bit of a boss upgrade. That's kind of nice. Our boss damage upgrade. Pretty funny having that legendary just randomly pop up. Of all of the legendaries to pop up too. Movement speed is going to be solid just in case we run into the zombie swarms. They can really overwhelm you if you don't have any movement speed, so we'll just go ahead and grab at least 1 upgrade. Shield is pretty useless. So because we have this Lightning Staff, we're actually going to take the projectile count. If we didn't have Lightning Staff already, I would have just taken attack speed. This double shrine will be juicy, provided I can grab it without getting swarmed too much. Having a guy land on my head. 12% damage, very solid upgrade. 10% knockback, just keep enemies at bay a little bit. Looks like I have a couple things up here to come grab. We really don't want to be up here come boss spawn time, so very restricted area. Let our lightning staff deal with all that. Grab these two real quick. Lightning staff's putting in work right now. Can't be too upset. Go ahead and take crit damage. We'll take jump height, I guess. It didn't matter what we took there. None of it was relevant to this challenge. I don't want to accidentally have something crawl up into me, so I'm gonna take the long way around. I have 1 minute before the first boss spawns. We're trying to get to a flat open area to deal with. Kind of hope to see Chunkum first. He's, in my opinion, harder to deal with. Right, so there's nothing up here, and we're in a scary spot as it is. Make sure you slide when you hit these. There's a ton of difficulty upgrades right here. It's funny, but it's not what we're looking for in any capacity of the. Take some attack speed. We're already kind of getting swarmed a little bit. But realistically, nothing should be able to get too close to us, barring the elites. I'll take a gold glove. We're just like working on dealing with this. None of this is great, so we'll just take the size upgrade. So his little slow bubble is what we're trying to avoid. Everything else is really easy to deal with. I almost biffed it right there. I could have taken that damage home. I'm very happy with my life. Alright, so we dealt with one boss. Hopefully the next one's a little easier to deal with. I was in a really unfortunate location. I was trying to get in an open flat area, but I wasn't able to. That is very good to have right here. I'm going to hold on to that for the boss. I actually probably should keep the damage upgrade because we are relying on aura a little bit more than lightning. Take damage to elites. Lifesteal doesn't matter. Take our aura upgrade. I didn't mean to grab this one. It is going to help, but I actually kind of would have preferred to have two of these for the final boss. I'll take the aura upgrade. I'm not loving these upgrades right now, but upgrades are upgrades. This is a phenomenal lightning staff upgrade. Bounces and count. So the more count we have, the more efficient we deal with clusters of enemies, which, as you see, can be a little overwhelming if you're not careful. You have to be careful for enemies like jumping off the map at us. Attention to that. At the 5-minute mark, so we have 2 more minutes before a I was very worried I was going to take fall damage from that. Ogres are very scary because they are very tanky enemies. Also, when they just fall out of the sky, that's pretty mortifying. We'll just take the damage upgrade. That magnet's kind of big. It'll give us a few upgrades here. take attack speed. I think we have enough projectiles to be pretty happy with it. We'll take our lightning staff upgrade. Lightning staff. Damage. There we go. We'll take the aura upgrade. Aura upgrade. So now we do have the zombie spawn, which very not good. Just because of how miserably fast they are. But we did get pretty strong with those upgrades. That's nice. Try and hit as many of these as possible. Use chests. We're really kind of looking for moldy cheeses and gym sauces. We'll go ahead and take the damage tome here. We don't love the size upgrade for the lightning staff. Take the XP gain. An argument could be made for the extra jump, especially since we're in this like incredibly vertical area of the map. But we'll count in damage. We'll take this just because bounces is always good. I'm kind of in a precarious position though with this elite. Hopefully we can get through here without jumping into an enemy. What we're doing now is we're slowly making our way back to the boss area. We have a swarm, another boss, and then we have the swarm boss. You see the bounces for the lightning staff really doing work here. We'll grab this damage tome. So what we're likely going to do is we're going to deal with this swarm here, and then we're going to spawn the boss around 2 minutes. That'll give us plenty of time to deal with it, but it'll also let us use this rage to deal with both bosses that are spawning. A couple chests here I can open. Gym sauce, not bad, not bad. We are going to have a little tight area to work in. You have to be mindful of that. Go ahead and spawn this guy now. Gonna take our lap here and then really just hope that we can avoid these red circles for the time being. We already dealt with the one boss thanks to that rage that we had saved up. Almost died there. Alright, now we just run away. We completed the Fragile Challenge. That's all it takes.